my suffering, my heartache, no matter whether I brought it on myself, somebody else did it to me, or in some circumstance that none of us had anything to do with primarily, except God allowed it. Now watch this. You're right when you say, God, why did you allow this? Because nothing can touch a child of God unless He allows it. We are under His divine protection. That's why Paul mentioned what he mentioned about the armor. God, listen, God has surrounded you and me with His awesome divine protection. And the only way anything can get to you, it's got to go through Almighty God Himself to get there. So, do I really and truly need to discern the purpose of the trial? Is it really that important? I think it is. So let's think about it a moment. Do I believe that God loves me enough that He's up to something good? So, from the viewpoint of wisdom, what are the purposes for these trials in our life? And the first one is simply this, as he says in this first chapter of 1 Peter, listen to what he says. He says, in this you greatly rejoice, even though now for a little while, if necessary, you've been distressed by various trials. For what reason? He says, look, right now you're going through a difficult time. So that, in all of that, for this purpose, what is that? That the proof of your faith, and that is not proof like we think of it, but proof that is being approved. That's what that word means. In all of that, our faith would be approved. Proof that is strong, being more precious than gold, which is spiritual. That he says, in God's eyes, look at this. Your faith is more valuable as far as God is concerned than gold and silver and all the rest. So he says one of the reasons that we're going through it is for God to do what? He's going to do something to your faith. He's going to strengthen your faith. One of your greatest assets is your faith, because it's by your faith. And how many times we go to the scriptures and we find verses in the Bible about prayer and linked with that of faith, trusting God. And so one of the reasons He allows these things in our life, one of His purposes, is to do what? To test our faith. You say, well,